it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the anti-COVID-19 vaccination for trackers working on the Djibouti-Ethiopian corridor. A landslide in Yaoundé kills a dozen people during a funeral. Welcome to our newsroom. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdillah, launched this morning the anti-COVID-19 vaccination campaign for the benefit of the trackers working on the Djibouti-Ethiopian corridor. In addition to the representatives of the European Union, Ms. Simona Chlidi, the launching ceremony was attended by the Director of the Health and Social Development Division at IGAD, Ms. Fathi Abubakar Alwan, the Deputy Head of Missions of the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia in Djibouti, Mr. Mohammed Hassan, and several representatives of the United Nations organization based in Djibouti. The launch of this binational vaccination campaign against COVID-19 comes within the framework of a tripartite agreement concluded in May 2022 between IGAD and the two ministries of the health of Djibouti and Ethiopia. Indeed, thanks to the extensions of its duration, this vaccination program in favor of trackers will contribute to reduce the risks and the negative socio-economic impacts through the inhibitions of the cross-border circulations of the virus in order to secure and to protect the cross-border trade on these road corridors, which is of capital importance for the economies of both countries. The head of missions of the Embassy of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Mr. Mohammed Hassan, stressed the importance of this anti-COVID-19 vaccination center.
Have exemplary relationship. We are underwaying the economic integration, which can be an example for the Horn of Africa. We have developed infrastructure that lay found for the economic integration. So we have huge transportation facility between Ethiopia and Djibouti. We have thousands of trucks daily transporting fuel, food items, fertilizers, and other strategic commodities for Ethiopian development. So this Ethio-Djibouti corridor is very important. It has a significant role to our two sisterly countries. So this program will contribute a lot to the relationship of the two countries in terms of social aspects and also economic aspects. So thank you very much for all who contributed to this program. Ethiopia encourages our drivers to take part in this program and get vaccinated to reduce the transmission of the disease. And they have to understand, for the corridor to be effective, we need healthy drivers. So
the representative of the European Union, Ms. Simona Chlidi, said that this cross-border vaccination campaign goes hand in hand with the immunization program for refugee and migrants population that is included in the national vaccination strategy against COVID-19. In his speech, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, said that he was pleased with the more than honorable results obtained during the last intensive vaccination campaign on the same site of the vaccinodrome of Pika 12, where more than 6,000 trackers were vaccinated in 2 months. As part of the National Week of People with Disability, the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiba Momin Assowe, and the Director General of the National Agency for People with Disability, Mr. Douale Said Mahamoud, conducted this morning a signing ceremony of a partnership agreement in the office of the Ministry of Youth. The Director General of the National Agency, Mr. Duale Saeed Mahamoud, was presided over the signing ceremony, and so the participations of the Minister of Youth and officials of the agency and PH. The signing ceremony of the partnership agreement is part of the improvement of the living conditions of disabled people and the respect of the fundamental rights of the disabled people. For his part, the Director General of the National Agency for the Disabled said that thanked the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiwo, for his commitment to the cause of people with special needs, since the university said he was proud of the signing of this memorandum of understanding for Duale. The aim of this agreement is to increase exchanges and better combine effort to respond efficiently to the expectations of young people with disabilities. The Minister of Youth and Culture said for her part that the signing ceremony of the partnership agreement is part of the improvement of the living conditions of disabled people and the respect of their fundamental rights. As part of the National Week of People with Disability, the National Agency for People with Disability, in close collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training, organized this morning a ceremony of handing over tablets to children with the special needs. The event took place at the Education Center for Children with Special Needs. The ceremony of handing over the tablets was chaired by the Director General of ANPH, Mr. Duale Saeed Mahamoud, and was attended by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Education, the Director of the School EABS, and the teacher of the school EABS. The children with special needs of the EABS Center have benefited from tablets that improve the quality and inclusion in the school environment. He took this opportunity to reaffirm his commitment to an inclusive school where all children must benefit from quality education. The Minister Delegate in charge of decentralization, Qasim Harun Ali, accompanied by his colleagues of the Minister of Interior, Saeed Nur Hassan, went to the headquarters of the municipality of Balbala, where they were welcomed by the Mayor of Djibouti City, Saeed Daoud, the President of the municipality of Balbala, Mohammed Hassan, and the local elected officials of Balbala. This visit is part of the working towers of the Ministry of Decentralization following the first contact made at the beginning of their mandate. The objective of this visit was to see the problems related to the municipalities, the progress made, to inquire about the situation of the inhabitants and discuss the measures to be taken to solve the problem. The President of the municipality, Mohammed Hassan, welcomed the ministers and to present on projections the municipality of Balbala. The project completed the challenges faced by the population, first instability, sewage, and the proliferations of garage. These three scourges, he said, pollute the environment, degrade infrastructure, and affect the public health. It is necessary that elected officials get involved with more to overcome these scourges, commented the Minister. We are permanently in close collaboration with the President of the municipality to provide our support and our assistance, he added. The conference room of the headquarters of the UNFD hosted this Sunday, November 27, the launching ceremony of the 16 days of activism campaign, which allows, according to the instigators of this day, to fight against violence against women and girls. The theme for the 2022 editions of this event is Unit to End Violence Against Women by 2030, organized by the UNFD in collaboration with the Ministry of Women and Family. The event was attended by the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdo, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hiba Mumin Asowe, the Minister of Youth, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Robla Abdille, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Women and Family, Anissa Hassan Bahdon, the UNFPA representative, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Maki Umar Abdul Qadir, the representative of the women of UNHCR, women parliamentarian, local elected officials, and spokespersons for the various women's associations of the capitals and the different municipalities. executives of the UNFD, including the Secretary General of this women's organization of our country, Fatuma Musa Abdi, and many women from the National Security Forces also attended this event of capital importance for the prevention and elimination of violence against women and girls. It is in this sense that the Ministry of Women and Family and UNFD organize each year an awareness week to combat violence. The Secretary General of the UNFD said that since the independence of national liberty, the National Union of Egyptian Women has advocated for women's rights. The president of the National UNFD said that Khadra Mahmoud Haid has always provided that women have full rights. Therefore, they send the women to live in a residence without harassment and violence. The Secretary General of the Department of Women and Family, Anissa Hassan Bahdoun, said that this date is chosen to be a guide to the law and to underline that any violations of human rights is a criminal act worldwide. This campaign is a known consideration of our demand to avoid these actions with the reference to the objectives of the previous age. It's always a problem for a woman if she is visible minds and in every aspect that makes a big effect through her life. The General Director of the National Police, Colonel Abdurrahman Ali Kahin, received today in his office the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Hu Bin, welcomed on his arrival at the General Directorate of the National Police by a picket of honor. Ambassador Hu Bin was accompanied by his close collaborators. This working visit of the Chinese ambassador accredited to Djibouti was attended by the Director of the Public Security of the National Police, Colonel Omar Hassan, Colonel Abdul Qadir Ibrahim Gona. After a brief welcome, the Director General of the National Police and Ambassador Hu Bin initiated the agreement to receive a large batch of computer equipment for the Directorate of Public Security of the National Police. After the signature, Colonel Abdurrahman Ali Kahin and Ambassador Hu Bin proceeded to the official handing over of the computer equipment in the main courtyards of the National Police headquarters. This handing over of equipment is part of the close cooperation relations between the National Police and the Chinese Embassy in Djibouti. Indeed, China remains a privileged partner for the National Police, especially in the field of training. Under the auspices of the Secretary of State for Sports, the Djiboutian Pétanque Federation is launched yesterday the Pétanque tournament for veterans on the usual place of Sheikh Moussa. In total, 10 teams selected and divided into 3 municipalities will compete for a month. The competition is the rallying point of Pétanque enthusiasts and former great athletes of the country. The launch of the tournament saw the participation of former bowlers, the president of the Djiboutian Federation of Pétanque, and several other guests and lovers of the disciplines in Djibouti. The Pétanque tournament is a great classic in that it offers a moment of exchange and conviviality. The association Charities will organize an inter-regional competition entitled Djibouti One and Indivisible to promote peace and stability. It is in the north of the country that this activity was initiated by the opening of a round ball by the team of Tajura against the team of Obok. Before the kickoff, the two teams paid tribute to the soldiers who fell in the villages of Garabtisan. Concerning the match, the super team of Tajura won against the team of Obok by 1-0. The president of the association, Said Musa, thanked all the participants in this sport event, namely the two vice presidents, Mr. Abdou Omar and Ahmed Sheikh. Also present at this event, the former president of the regional council of Tajura, Mr. Hassan Hussein Omar. For the international scene, Cameroon, a landslide in Yaoundé kills a dozen people during a funeral. The Cameroonian capital was hit by a deadly landslide. At least 11 people died Sunday in a landslide in a popular neighborhood of Yaoundé, according to the governors of the region on public radio CRTV. The event occurred during a ceremony to honor the dead of the outskirts of the capital. Many families had set up under several large tents on a vacant lot at the top of a hill when the ground collapsed under part of the audience. For the moment, we have 11 bodies. The search continues to find other bodies under the ground, explaining the governor of the central regions of which Yaoundé is the capital. Belgium-Morocco match riots after Morocco's World Cup victories over Belgium. Violence broke out Sunday in Brussels after Morocco's victory over Belgium in the World Cup, with dozens of people attacking police and setting fire to a car and street furniture. The police reported a return to calm and announced that they had made 11 arrests in the capital, including one person taken into the custody. Incidents broke out on the sidelines of the spontaneous gathering of hundreds of Moroccan fans who waved flags and shot off fireworks in a peaceful manner, while many cars hanged their homes. Moroccans are one of the largest foreign communities in the country. The Moroccan football team won a historic and deserved victory over Belgium by 2-0 on Sundays at the Al Thumama Stadium in Doha, in a match of the second day of the Group F of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. Riots also broke out in the Dutch capital, Amsterdam. Dutch police closed the streets that were rioting while fire crews put out the fire that broke out in the vehicle. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.